Alright guys, so today we've got a little bit of drama to report on. And I'm not talking YouTuber drama or anything like that. I'm talking Roblox drama, specifically about Piggy and the Bloxy Awards. Now, you may have already heard about this. You may have heard about it on Twitter, and I think a few other YouTubers actually have already made videos on this. But since I'm, like the Piggy dude, I thought I'd talk about it in a video and kind of explain what's going on. So as you all probably know, Piggy won pretty big at the Bloxy Awards. It didn't win all the nominations that it was nominated for, like Xbox Game of the Year, but it did win the Game of the Year, which is a highly prestigious title to win, and it also won Creator of the Year in Minitoon, and then Builderman also gave it the Builderman Award of Excellence, which is insane. So even though it didn't win every single award, the awards it did win are literally the top of the top are the top. So it pretty much came out on top of the Bloxies. And of course, since Piggy won, that also means that a lot of other big games also lost, namely Adopt Me and Royal High. Those are two games that lost, pretty heavily at the Bloxies to Piggy, and a lot of people in those communities are a little bit upset. They're a little bit confused. How in the world did Piggy win? How in the world did they beat Royal High and Adopt Me? And because a lot of players from these communities are upset, they've actually started mass disliking the Piggy game, and we'll talk about more of this in a little bit. But first, I kind of just wanted to explain why it is that Piggy won and why it is that Royal High and Adopt Me didn't. Now, I know if you think about it, it does seem pretty crazy, right? Like, Piggy, obviously, last year was really big, and even today, it's still pretty big, but in terms of player counts, it doesn't really come close to Adopt Me, which has like over 500,000 people playing, or 400,000 people playing every day. And I know the Royal High numbers have dropped a little bit as well since last year, but it's still got like, over 100, 200,000 people playing at any given time. These are two very massive games, and you would think that since they have more players, right, then more people would have voted for those games, which means Piggy would have lost. So why in the world did Piggy win? Well, it's actually quite simple. The same thing actually happened last year with Adopt Me and Arsenal. If you remember, Arsenal actually won Game of the Year last year, and Adopt Me did not, and everyone was like confused, like, what in the world, how'd that happen? Exact same thing happened this year, and it's very simple. Basically, here's the thing, right? In Roblox, you have a wide range of age groups and demographics, okay? So if you play Arsenal, chances are you're probably closer to being a teenager, or maybe you are a teenager, maybe you're 14, 15, 16, maybe you're close to being an adult. Same thing if you play something like Bad Business or Phantom Forces or something like that. And on the other end of the spectrum, if you play Adopt Me or Royal High, well, those players tend to be a little bit younger. They tend to be, still children, not so much teenagers, maybe like 7, 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there. And then you have a game like Piggy, which from my experience is somewhere in the middle, a little bit above 13, a little bit below sometimes. It just kind of depends. And just like when it comes to real life, the younger you are, the less likely you tend to vote. This is true in real life when it comes to, the president and stuff like that. The older you are, the more likely you are to vote, and the younger you are, the less likely you are to vote. That's what I was trying to say. And it's the same thing in Roblox, right? You have these two massive games, Adopt Me and Royal High, but the thing is, their player base is quite younger, and since younger people tend to not vote as much, what happens is you get a bunch of young people who play these games in massive numbers, but they only really play these games. They focus on these games, they log into Roblox, they play Adopt Me, they play Royal High, and that's about it. So when it comes to the Bloxy Awards and all these crazy Roblox events, they just don't really care. Either they don't know about them, or they just don't really care. They're just there to play Adopt Me and play Royal High. And then you have a game like Piggy, which has a pretty big community on YouTube. Actually, of today, it's still the most searched for game on YouTube in terms of Roblox, so it's pretty big. The community is engaged, and so when it comes time to voting for the game, all the Piggy players voted, and then Adopt Me and Royal High, I'm sure a lot of players voted from those games too, but enough didn't. All right, and they didn't win. Like, I keep seeing comments like, Adopt Me was robbed, and of course, I think Adopt Me does deserve an award. I think it actually did win a Bloxy. I'll put it up on screen, but that's just kind of how it is, right? Like, younger kids don't vote, and because of that, Adopt Me didn't win. In terms of the massive dislikes on Piggy, it's actually really interesting because Piggy is one of the most liked games on Roblox. If you go through a lot of the popular games, you'll see the dislike to like ratio. It's around maybe 80 to 90%, but Piggy is actually above 90%. It stayed above 90% for quite a while. And over time, it's slowly dropped and dropped and dropped because, since Piggy's been in a lot of events and, you've got the Bloxies going on right now, what happens is if a player is upset at a game or if they don't like something in an event, well, they do the only thing they can do, and that's go and dislike the game. And so even though it doesn't look like Piggy's lost a lot of likes, this could actually be thousands and thousands of dislikes here, but since Piggy has such a big like to dislike ratio, it doesn't really look like much. But it is kind of sad to see, and honestly, I wouldn't mind if Roblox just removed the dislike button altogether. All right, just take out the dislike button, just leave likes. All right, no dislikes, just likes. You'd still be able to judge how good a game is based on how many people have liked the game, but you wouldn't have the massive dislike botting that you see today whenever a kid gets angry or something. But anyway, we're gonna end this video with a little bit of a challenge. If you're a Piggy player, I assume you are, you've watched my channel, I do a lot of Piggy here, go and give Piggy a like. I'll leave a link, dude, I literally cannot talk today. I'll leave a link to the game down below and in the pinned comments. Go give it a like, go drop it a like. Let's see how high we can get those likes. This should be pretty interesting. I don't know of any Roblox YouTuber that's done this before. But anyway, that's the situation explained. That's what's going on, and it is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. Thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, red button underneath the video. Of course, keep using star code Real Creek, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!